Hey everybody in the 7 Billion Geniuses community, which is everybody. I'm here today out in the woodshed. This is our woodshed because it occurred to me the other day that a lot of these videos are about me kind of sitting around and talking about things and as opposed to doing things. So one of the things that happens here in the cabin is that in order for us to heat with wood, there's a fair amount of work that's involved in making sure we have enough wood for the winter, and the wood that we cut down gets turned into the wood that we can burn. And part of that process is taking the wood that we didn't use last year and moving it from where it is to another place in the woodshed. And so here is last year's wood that never got burned, which is good. Generally we do have some wood left over from the year before that we burn again. But all this needs to be moved so that the newest wood can get put here, and that relates to the process of how things go. This wood has been dried for over a year, and if I just left it where it is and stacked the rest of the wood out, which would come out approximately to where my hands are right here, then I'd be burning the greenest wood first and the driest wood last. And it's a really inefficient way to actually use the wood. You want to use your driest wood first, and so all this wood has to be placed someplace else so the new wood can be stacked and so that we can burn it in the order that it is, which is very much connected to what we're talking about in 7 Billion Geniuses, where things are a process and things happen in an order that makes sense, consistent with stuff that's actually bigger than us. But you know, this is part of the real work stuff that's ultimately emblematic of for me, what keeps my life going in a direction that's consistent with how I want it to be. I want to show you all the new wood that we have that isn't even split up yet. Over here we have the new wood, the wood from this year that's just still seasoning up. This is the newest. That's stuff that was taken down early in the spring, and this is stuff that's been put here quite recently. But all this needs to be split, and then it'll be stacked back where I just showed you, where the wood that's going to be moved out for next year or for this coming year goes. But it's all a cycle, and it all is kind of a continual cycle. This stuff gets stacked in, and I may take late in the fall. I might take down some other trees that ultimately will be burned next year. But it's part of a process of a cycle of how we harvest the wood that's available. The first trees I'm going to be taking down that will burn for next year are actually, there's an elm that died from Dutch elm disease that's over there by the yurt. There's another maple tree over here that's died for some reason. So we start off with the wood that's most easily available and that's already kind of in the process of going back to the earth, and we make sure we use the wood that makes the most sense. Trees that are growing too close together, we try to manage what we have in a way that's consistent with taking care of the rest of the wood too. So yeah, and it's a fair amount of work, but we enjoy doing it, and we certainly enjoy having the wood fire as often as possible in the wood stove as we get into the winter. So that's it for this video. Just trying to remind people of the fact that sometimes doing what we want to do requires work, and it's not all we just sitting around like some of the videos that I do. I'm just sitting around, but I'm actually we do a fair amount of work around here just to keep things going in a direction that's consistent with our intentions. So I hope this video is useful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time. And like I said, I always say my contact information is right there at the end of the video if you want to be in touch. And please do stay in touch, and I'll talk to you next time. Hey everybody, just first ever 7 Billion Geniuses after credits. Just here to let you know that if you can see, all this wood that used to be over here is no longer here, and it's actually been moved over to here. The only reason why I just wanted to come back and I give you this update is because we hear a lot in our culture about how long things take and how hard it is to get things done. Well, I moved all this wood in about an hour, and so the work that it took to get the wood from where it was to where it needed to be took an hour. Didn't kill me, and it's a very doable thing. So a lot of times we're invited to take up a position that getting the things done that we want to get done is going to take too much work and it's going to take too long, and I'm just here to tell you that that's usually not true. So have the courage and the faith to do the stuff that you think you want to do, or what you stand for, or what matters to you, and do your best to stay away from falling prey to those ideas that it's going to take too long or it's going to be too hard. So that's it. Great to see you again. Thanks for watching. Take care.